Hey, what's up, everybody? Joey here. I wanted to share with you a feature that I'm introducing at my dad's church, and also I'm introducing with some other clients. And it's using the feature is really using the website, church website, or any website as not only a place for people to visit, um, uh, where it's an outward facing thing, but using the website as also a window or access point, a hub for things on the for those who are working on the inside of the organization. So what I did was um, I created a page called the Leaders Corner. It's like a portal. Welcome to the Leadership Corner, and they log in. They're going to be able to log in, which, by the way, no one can register. Only the webmaster can create an account. This way, you don't have random strangers creating accounts and getting access to your stuff. Not that you will put anything important out there outside of resource materials, but you just don't want anybody using this thing. So a login a link, they log in, and when they log in, they'll come to this page, and they have a brief descriptor, maybe a video embedded here on how to use this and some examples of how you can use it. Some quick links of things that all teams should be using. And by the way, all teams should be using official email accounts of the organization. None of this personal email crap that I keep on seeing. Everyone has to be using the official email of the organization. And I won't even get into the reasons why, but I'll give you one at least. Is that when someone leaves, when someone is using a personal email account and they leave, a lot of that information leaves with them. They're not going to go one by one and forward you all historical information that should be kept with the organization, the context they made, the conversations they had, all those things. That should stay with the organization. Now, a lot of times when there's conflict and a person on the team leaves and they have important information, you're not going to get that back. And you're not going to be able to comb through any emails and say, hey, we need this, we need that. They're not going to give you that access. So that alone, requires that you control your email communication. Okay, so boom, we have this. And by the way, when it comes to using Google for Nonprofits or Gmail, it's really tricky to manage multiple Gmail accounts. But when they have the quick links here, it becomes easier because the link that I'm tying to this is only specific to the organization's email portal. So there's a custom email link. So instead of going to gmail.com, this link will point to email.organizationemail.com. So just for an example, this will be email at kok.com for the church's website. So that's just to give you, as I said, storage. Everything should be centralized in terms of files and folders. Should be centralized by archives for things that you don't have no idea where to put. You got to sort down the road to things like the admin, where you store minutes and nonprofit documentation and official proof that your 501c3 or whatever it is, to people and roles and what they do. If I'm working on a document, there is no reason why it should be saved, where only I have access to it. Like your, um, I like to think of it as like a workbench, right? Your workbench I should be able to grab anything off your workbench if I need it. So if I need a file and you're not around, or if I need to update on something to see how it's going, I should be able to just look at it. And with shared files and shared drives, you should be able. Nothing should slow a person down saying, "Hey, can you send me this?" No, it's openly available. The only thing that should be private would be our personal work items, like your personal calendar or that kind of stuff. But if I'm working on a flyer and I'm storing the first draft I'm not storing it privately where only I can see it. Everyone should be able to see it, and everyone should be able to look at it and either um, let's say if you stop working on it and you want to hand it off, they shouldn't have to wait for you to email them the document. They should just go in and, oh, it's on my workspace. So the way I set up the drive is um, having it not just your documents, but having a place where it's shared documents. So yeah, so that's just one thing. Um, Hangouts for chat. I'm actually going to be using this more so for meetings, for video conference meetings, not so much for chat because chat is kind of very one dimensional with Google Hangouts. I'm not a big fan of it. But they have an app called Google Meet, which is like Hangouts, but for meetings or business meetings. And it adds a little, makes it a little easier for people who are volunteering to just like hop into a video meeting and not worry like, oh, what's your personal Gmail? What's your Gmail account that we used to invite you? Know, just go in the link and you'll be fine. Asana for task management, project management. This is huge for me because Asana is super flexible and super accessible. Also, I should say, on top of that, because they have a Chrome extension, they have Gmail or email integration, they have the phone app, and you can access your to-do list anywhere. And it's really powerful to organize to-do lists and stuff like that. And so, yeah, so this project management software, Asana is free up to, I think, I forget how many people, I think 30 people. So you get a lot of runway before you start having to run up against pricing limitations. So yeah, so that is Asana project management. We have Slack for team communication and group chat. This is great because it really makes it super easy to um, communicate in groups. So eventually, when I'm going to set up my Slack channel, it's going to be almost like how you have the two panes. Like picture this space here. Um, Picture this space here. Like I have core leadership team, and it's almost like a chat room with just them in there. Then I have volunteers, and it's a core. That's a master group of all the volunteers. Then I have the breakdown of all the ministries. Ushers, um, website, media, teachers, um, those hospitality, those kind of ministries and worship teams, so that if there's something I got to drop in, I'm not having to do a whole text thing and do an email thing, and then hoping that they get one or the other. Just have everyone agree that Slack is the place to do work, and for messaging for the ministry work, and then boom, they all get it in one shot. I'm not having to do any special. I have to make an email group of all of them there and then manage a whole another text message group to do all that stuff. No, just everyone use this. And they have an app, they have, email integration, they have some really cool, bells and whistles, but that most likely won't be needed. But they do have things that integrate with this too, Asana and actually Google Drive. The Slack integrates with these two services and even Gmail technically. So that's pretty dope. YouTube, um, for our live streaming and that kind of thing. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of training videos and like how tos, because not everyone's familiar with these services. So we want to use YouTube as a visual training modules for all these tools. And so when they go to software and trainings, it's going to be a place for that. Also, we're going to be using this portal as a place for calendars and schedules, um, because we don't need the whole public to be seeing like all of our meetings and data and that. We need a centralized place for teachers to work within themselves to schedule stuff, and then but let it be public, not just to everyone, but just really to the team, the other leaders. So when they're booking trainings and stuff like that, they're not like overlapping. And then supplies and stuff like that. So it's going to be like just again like a hub, a dashboard, a mission control center almost of a lot of these different things, where people can really you know um, get the information they need. If they don't know something, this is where they go to get to know something that they're missing, if they know how to use something that to get this to get trained on how to use these things, and then they collaborate if as necessary. And so this is going to be really powerful for our ministry leaders, and future leaders going to be trained and the like, especially like media, training someone in media, like for the AV team and all that stuff like that. Like that's you can't only do that in text. So you need a video, to show them how to use the equipment and that kind of stuff. And you know, people forget stuff, so you gotta constantly have a place of ongoing training and all that stuff. So really powerful, and I think I'm excited to roll this out to the clients I support. And yeah, I hope that if you don't have this at your church, I recommend you do something like this. If you don't want to get super fancy, you could do this as a Google Doc and then create a Bitly account. So I don't guys know, but there's services that make website links super short to easy to remember. And so you use something like Bitly, like bit.ly, go there. You take a long link of that Google Doc that you're shared. Usually Google Doc links are like when you share it publicly, they're really long. So you can make it short and make it easy to remember, you know, you know, and just call it something that's easy to remember, and then give that out and tell everyone, hey, everybody save this link, bookmark it everywhere, because we're going to create all this stuff. And, there's going to be like where manual lives and how-tos and all that kind of stuff for all the team leaders all in one document, and just have an ongoing document there. And once you update it on Google Docs, it updates everywhere else. And yeah, just make it convenient. So if you don't want to get fancy with icons and stuff like that, I'm just doing this because for some people, it's visually important for them to kind of just get it immediately. And you might not have that flexibility as much with Google Docs. It might be a little more harder to get that kind of like nice feel. And also, you can't really password protect it. When someone gives that link to someone else, it's like they have it. Where this, I can lock people out, and password protect this and give only certain people access and all that stuff. So, yeah, hope this it helps someone out. And I'm excited to roll this out to our church soon. Um, as we prepare for a wave of new volunteers and new ministry leaders and new visitors. That's what we're praying for, and that's what we're going to be getting. And so we got to prepare now. We can't be building this stuff as we grow out when it's too late. We got to prepare now for that wave. God bless, and talk to you guys soon. Be well. Bye. This is Joel Lopez with panvisio.org. See ya.